So this is Autism Acres. Our kind of motto is play, connect, and belong. Introducing you to my family. Alan is my husband, and we are the owner and directors of Autism Acres. We have been married 16 years. He is active duty military. He's been in 18, and he retires in 18 months, and we are counting down those days and minutes. And then my name is Sarah, and I have a bachelor's in crisis counseling. And when my husband retires, I will return to school to get my master's. And everything we do here at Autism Acres, we do with our 3 boys who have autism in mind. We have a 13-year-old, an 11-year-old, and an 8-year-old. They all are on different parts on the autism spectrum, and I homeschool them, and we love them so much and wanted to bring some goodness into their world as well as ours, because we definitely knew the isolation that's so often accompanied with being a special needs parent. So we do all of that with these families and ours in mind. So what is Autism Acres? It is a free place to play for all special needs kids, teens, and their families. So while the name is Autism Acres in honor of our boys, we do welcome all individuals with physical and mental disabilities. We have a completely enclosed barn. It has a gate and everything for our little elopers. It has a commercial bounce house, a trampoline, a indoor play shed. We've turned our a shed that was in there into a little play area with a grocery store and a dollhouse and a train table and other sensory toys. And then we have a wheelchair accessible play structure with a lot of sensory toys on that. And then we have goats to feed within the barn, and just tons of other little sensory rice areas and kinetic sand and just that kind of stuff. And then we have a field in our front yard, also completely enclosed. Our whole property is 5 acres, and it is completely enclosed 5 acres. And our front field has 4, I don't know if you can see them in the picture, there are 4 large domes with sensory swings on them. And then my husband just built our cool zip line / a little tree fort kind of thing. So we have a zip line, and one of the big exciting things to do is do zip line bowling. The kids really love, we set up these big inflatable bowling pins, and they get to knock them all down, and it's a big hit. We offer youth nights, also free. So we open our shop. We have a large shop that is filled with ping pong, foosball, air hockey, a giant Lego table, games. We just bought a cool arcade. It's a 2-player, which we plan on building a couple more to be more players, but it has thousands of games on it. It's 2-player. We just got that for the shop. And then we set up cornhole, and we offer pizza and soda, chips and cookies, and we just hang out with the teens and just play and hang out with them for a couple hours. That happens every other Saturday through the months of May to September, and that's from 6:30 to 9 o'clock.
Awesome.
Animals at Autism Acres are becoming a very big hit. We keep asking when we're getting chickens. We are working on that. But right now we do have 2 miniature horses, and we have our 4 goats. The goats do have access directly to the barn, which is super fun for the kids to get to feed them. And then we have had someone reach out to train the horses to do cart pull rides. So we can give these little kids some rides on these carts. So what Autism Acres offers, everything at Autism Acres is always free. And so we do free play days for individuals with disabilities and their families. We throw free birthday parties. These have been my absolute favorite and joy to do for these kids. Parents will contact us saying their 9-year-old has never had a birthday party, you know, beyond maybe friends or, family. Just as they've invited their whole classroom and no one RSVP'd, or they didn't have any friends to invite. And so no friends to invite, that's okay with us. We get on our Facebook community, and we put that we're having an 8-year-old little girl who needs some friends for to celebrate her special day, and people sign up and they bring gifts, and it's really amazing to give some of these kids their first birthday parties. We do free field trips. We have free snacks. We know that our boys are obsessed with goldfish and fruit snacks, and it would be their sole dietary needs if we let them. But we offer goldfish, fruit snacks, granola bars, and then we have coffee for the adults and water provided all at no cost. And then again, our youth night is free, and I already discussed that. And then coming soon, we're gonna have adult day outs at Autism Acres. So we'll open up the shop, and even if they wanna go play in the barn, Autism Acres will be open to them, but we would like to do some movie nights and game nights for our adult crowd. So that is in the works. So free seems too good to be true, right? How do we get our funding? We get asked that a lot. And right now, amazingly, we have run solely off donations. Many people have had generous hearts and have just been a huge blessing to Autism Acres. We have people that have signed up to be monthly support partners. We received the donation to completely build our wheelchair accessible play structure. Coming next week, I'm so excited to announce this, Nelson Treehouse, who did Treehouse Masters, the show, they are bringing out a treehouse for free.
Wow.
It's not going to be a big elaborate one. It's one they built about 10 years ago, and the tree it was in rotted, and the lady wanted to find a new home for it. And it's been sitting in their shop for a year, and we contacted them, and that gets here on Monday. So we're getting a treehouse from the Nelson Treehouse, which is super awesome.
Wow.
And then we have an Amazon customized gift list, and a lot of people have just randomly sent us items from that. So far that's how we're operating. I know grants is an option, and that's something we're going to look into. We're brand new. We've only been open a little over a year. So, and I have the 3 boys at home, and my husband is still military. So we're trying to juggle it all and balance it all. But our donations tax deductible. So we are not a common 501c3. We are actually what is called a 508c1a. So this is a church ministry, or faith-based organization. And so there's lots of points to clarify. We are believers, and we started Autism Acres based on that faith. However, our play days are just that. They're play days. We don't lure people out and then have your kids sit for organized teachings or give handouts or anything. We chat with you, we talk with you, we hang out with your kids, but that's all. Like our play days and field trips and other organized Autism Acres activities are not religious oriented at all. The donations are tax deductible under this 508c1a. They do just end up being listed under a church. Any religious activities that we do participate in are completely separate and from these regular operations and play days. We might host a Bible study or something, but these are activities that we will specify as such, label it as such, and it won't be, I didn't know that this is what it was. We will always let people know. For example, we might partner with like another local Christian nonprofit, Johnny and Friends, to host a parents' night out or something. So it gives us that flexibility, but we will always be upfront on if we're partnering with a religious organization and if there will be any such activities at any gatherings that we host. So how do people sign up for our play days? We do make it a reservation because we want to keep numbers low. We don't want it to just be open and anybody show up, because a lot of our kids can be overwhelmed by too many people. In the past, and what we've been doing is I just post to Facebook the dates and times of our slots, and then people will comment how many kids are coming and what time they want to come for, or they message the page. And then at that point, I send them the address and our directions. We've had people email us from our website, and we get them scheduled that way or over the phone. So we don't list our address publicly, again, to keep those numbers low so people can't just show up super easily. So it's not listed publicly, as we are by appointment only. So we have the 15 slots, and each slot is just per kid. So we don't typically keep track of like how many adults are going to be in there. And then we are actively working on getting scheduling up and running through our website to take me out as that middleman so that it can make it easier for everybody. So how people can get involved, we're obviously would love more volunteers and stuff. So we're in a season of putting together that volunteer packet, background checks, any necessary training for volunteers to help during play days, field trips, or the youth nights. And then we do actually require that our board members are actively participating and volunteering for our play days and field trips. Here is a way you can connect with us. We have our email, phone number, and website listed, and then we have a social media on Facebook. You can just search Autism Acres and usually find us, as well as Instagram, same thing, Autism Acres. And our website is autismacres.org. We obviously keep it all the same so people can find you easily. And that is it.